Good morning. Sorry, I couldn't find my iPad, but I'd left it in the kitchen, which was a bit insane. So I'd run around, where's my iPad? Where's my iPad? Yes. Anyway, so here we are again. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. Cool. Excellent. So, excellent. Already here. So I'm just going to get Claire to join us. So, excellent. That's fine. And there we go. Nice and easy. Great weather today, which is really good. So we should be going live any minute now. There we go. Yay, there we go. Just move. There we go. You want to move? Just there we go. I can see you now.
Yeah, I had the height up there, but it was too high.
Yeah, it's getting it right, isn't it? I was just running around. I couldn't remember where I put my iPad. Oh, there we go. It's gone.
This is going really well.
Don't worry. That's it. There we are. You're here. Brilliant. So please introduce yourself, your business, and tell us what you make and sell.
So I'm Claire and I run Creative Pickle, and I design and create illustrations for children which are based around the alphabet and sort of kind of to encourage learning, really. So they're not just pretty pictures for your wall, they're also there to help children learn and just, create imagination at the same time. So yeah.
Fantastic. And so why did you set up your business and how did you come up with your business name?
I've always wanted to do something like this because I'm actually a designer anyway. So, being a freelance designer, you're not doing what you want to be doing. You're money, aren't you? As much as you enjoy what you do. I really wanted to prove to myself that I could draw again, because that's what I used to do. I mean, I did an illustration course at college. So I wanted to prove to myself I could do it. So I started by doing little illustrations here and there, but honestly it's been going for ages, and then I was like, oh, I have no work, this is the perfect time to do it. So that's when I started doing it, and it's kind of all grown from there, really. So now it's a case of juggling work and juggling Creative Pickle. But the thing behind the name is basically from my daughter, because obviously it's a creative thing, but I always call, and to me she's always been my inspiration to do it. So I was like, right, Creative Pickle, there you go. She's my little pickle. So yeah.
Pickle. I thought you might going to say that she's your pickle. Yeah. It's lovely, the little names you have for the kids, isn't it? I thought it was going to be Pickle. There we go. And it's lovely, isn't it? Sorry.
The other day, and my husband went, because he's Canadian, he was like, is pickle, like, is it an English term? And I was like, oh yeah, so many people call their kids pickle. He went, I've never heard it. Anyway, this woman walked down, went, pickle, no, pickle, can you come back here? And I was like, yes.
Excellent. It's funny, isn't it, how things translate. Things that we do that's very, very British, and other people are like, are you mad? But we're all mad. And I like what you were saying there as well, isn't it? It's like you've got your day job, but then, which is your sort of bread and butter, but it's lovely then to let go and be creative and something that you enjoy doing, that you can, you're making stuff, kids are learning, and also, you're enjoying what you do, which is great, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like work when you're sat there at like 9 o'clock at night drawing illustrations or replying to customers or packing up orders. It doesn't feel like work. It's it's just it's a bit of a buzz. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly. So where are you based, and where is it that you sort of get your inspiration, your workspace as such?
And I'm based in Reigate in Surrey, and I suppose this is my workspace.
Excellent. Yeah.
My little desk area, and my husband built that for me out of the inset under our stairs.
Fantastic.
In my home, really, at the moment, because that's where I do all my design work. So it all kind of just is based around.
Yeah, another one there with the husband. The things that you make them do, isn't it? Like you say, they come along to the events and they're there and they're building things, they're making things. There's a lot that they do. I always say a big shout out, because there's so many partners that we see that come to the events, and you sort of see them, and then they come, they're off, they trot, and then they come back after the event, and we've got to know so many of those people, which is just lovely. So I really look forward to seeing the people that support the likes of you as well, isn't it? Which is really important.
Out of here because he was on a meeting, so he's now had to go into the other room with his meeting and his laptop and on out. The amount he does.
So have you like a favorite? I mean, I suppose it's really hard with yours, a favorite item to create, but you're constantly creating. But is there something that is your sort of standalone piece that you really kind of like, and it's your sort of your first thing you've drawn? People get very, don't they, about their first thing, or yeah.
It wasn't really my first thing. I suppose I love the E is for elephant because I did that for my daughter. So I love doing that. But I think my most favourite product is my flashcards. Because, I mean, my daughter, she was, I think, I can only presume it's because of lockdown and she wasn't in nursery, but she was a bit slow talking. And, you know, really as a parent, you're like, oh no, you know, she's not really talking. I created the flashcards, and just how she's developed with those flashcards has just been amazing. You know, I didn't realise we could learn colours, animal noises, alphabet, animals. I didn't realise there was all these things we could learn from them. That's what we could learn from them. So, you know, I think I do love those because I think every child would take those flashcards and they'll work with them differently. And yeah, they'll make it their, you know, what I intended it to be was just like alphabet flashcards, learning the alphabet. No, it's turned into more than that,
So for anyone at the moment, kind of, because some people go, oh, what are flashcards? To me, they're cards with the letter on them, aren't they? With, so you can make words and things. Is that how you see flashcards?
So there's so many different ways. I mean, I've got three sets of cards. I mean, two are based around the alphabet, so it's just, you know, A is for alligator. So you've got alphabet as you go through, but if you turn them over, it's got the letter on its own. So it's got a capital letter, lowercase letter. So from then they can build letters and words. They can do that. But the one that I really wanted to build that was interactive was the number ones. So there'd be like, I think I've forgotten how to like one giraffe. So you've got one in the corner, like you've got the giraffe. But if you turn them over, you've got the number one like written. But also there's a plus, minus, and an equals. So I'm hoping that the children will be like 1 + 2 = and then they'll be able to do like numbers. So that's how I was in the interactive, coming from the numbers. But yeah.
So kind of, if you look at it, it's almost like a kind of version like Countdown, when they have all the work and then they could make a bit like that for kids, isn't it? Of learning, which probably could be a really great family thing for all of the family, can't it? They pick the letters, they have to as many as they can. So it's really a great way, isn't it? I think as well, you know, I think so much about learning. I think, you know, when you look back when you're at school and the things that you learn, and you just think, well, I don't use any of that in like algebra and Latin and all, you know, bits of crazy stuff. And I think there's more important now of teaching kids things in a creative way. I think is really quite important, isn't it? You know, so yeah, I like that.
And letting them build their own imagination and to make them learn on their own as well. You know, my daughter with the flashcards quite happily on her own and just run through them and look at them and talk to them, and I don't know what she does in her head, but you know, it's easy to interact with me with. So I think that's from the imagination point of view, that's really
and it's great when you see kids, isn't it, and they just, you know, they're just playing and things like that, which is, you know, being creative. I really like that. So yeah, I just wanted to explain to people kind of what are flashcards, because some of us without kids were like, oh, you know, but equally, you know, for us older adults, isn't it? You know, the sort of uncles, the godfathers that I am, you know, what I love interacting with kids, you know, like with making pizzas and bits like that. And, you know, I can't do it, you know, and then everyone goes, God, you're great, you two. But we don't do it 24 hours. So we just give all that energy into that time, don't we? So I think flashcards, that's what I'm going to need next for, you know, the goddaughters and all of that out there. So have you been working on anything new this year? I know the other day there was something, wasn't it, an alphabet, and I think I messaged you to say, I don't know how you're going to get an X out of that. So please let us know what else you're working on.
Transport one.
Sorry?
I think at the transport collection.
With the transport, there was something. I think I messaged you like, oh my God, because you're like X, isn't it? You know, when we're playing Scrabble, when you get that X or that, you know.
Now, I've got the full A to Z though. So I've got.
You have?
Well, I have done the drawings, but I've got the whole list. So I've got every vehicle that I need for that. So yeah,
Excellent.
I forgot. Oh, it was a funny one, but we got there. But yeah, collection at the moment. So yeah, that's where I am. So my aim, and I really hope I can do it, is to get it ready for the market in September.
Fantastic, yeah, which is nearly just under 4 weeks now, isn't it? It's quite like real now. So is that what you've been working on you then? That's what you're working on you? Yeah.
Exactly. Fun at the moment. Obviously in my head I'd love to do Halloween and I really need to get going on Christmas, but it's so important for me to get this transport one done, because if I don't, it will just fall by the wayside. Christmas is over and I'll really regret that I never did it, because there's been so much in it, and I know so many little boys out there who love vehicles and love transport, even boys, girls as well, but so far it's been the that have just loved it, and you know, I important to keep that interest going. So
and that's a really important thing what you said there, isn't it? Like, you just almost stopped yourself, because you know, and boys and girls can play with any toys they like. I think it's very it's there now, isn't it? And it's almost you know, kids now, we need to stop that whole gender thing of pink and blue and all of that, isn't it? It's very dated. I think our kids need to be fast forward thinking a bit more. One thing as well I was going to say, which is probably great with your flashcards and the transport and the animals, is also the kids, and when they mimic sounds of the animals and things. Can you know, like looking at that, that's another thing that you could add with the you see, there's some really cool people watching this. I know that there's a lot of mums on here that follow us, and you know, that's what's really great, because a lot of our people like you are there, that a lot of the ladies there are mums, so it's really nice to see a lot of mums. There's a friend there, Linda, who has popped on, so obviously she must know you also, but it's really nice to see that mix of different people on today. So as you know, that we have an ethos about being unique, creative and friendly, and when we met you in Reigate, the Reigate market, we love Reigate, wasn't it? You ticked all boxes, which was great. So have you got an ethos, a saying or something that you kind of work with?
Mine has always been engage, imagine and learn, going back to what we've just chatted about, really. You know, the engage is the pretty thing on the wall. The imagine, you don't know what kids are going to take from that, but you know, learn the alphabet. I mean, the elephant and the, you know, the trunk and the, you know, the movement my daughter gives me just from having that poster on her wall. It's something that she's definitely ticked all those 3 boxes with that poster. So yeah,
fantastic. Rob's just put there, because when I'm doing this, Rob sat in there as Dapper Suave, and he just put great ethos. So we like, because it is really hard when people, I ask that question, a lot of people are very kind of, but when I'm talking to them, they already have that ethos. They just need sometimes just to pick those 3 words or something that this is what I stick by. Whatever happens, I will be, you know, this is what I'm about. I think a lot of people now have sort of gone, watch this, and then actually go, I you know, that's what I do, and then pick, you know, 3 words that sum up your business, which is quite important. So what are your goals and dreams for this year? I know that you want to get the crash cards out for September, but are there any more dreams and goals that you have?
I mean, my ultimate goal would be to not freelance and to do Creative Pickle full time. That would be my ultimate. Just to be and do what I'd like to do, and just have that flexibility, I suppose, for my daughter as well, because I do feel how I'm going to work and do school hours, that I don't even know how I'll get my head around that. But I feel if I have more flexibility with my time and just how I work, then I'm still proving to my daughter that you can still work and still do something and achieve what you want to do, and still have time for family as well. So I suppose that's my ultimate goal.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and also I think it's when you are self-employed and things as well, it's sometimes learning to switch off. Sometimes I kind of find it very hard. And, you know, yesterday Rob was like, get away from the, you know, because there's always something, you know, because as you know, I'm constantly, you know, working on ways to promote, looking at things for next year and whatever. And it is that, but you have to have that switch off, you know, because you can just keep going, you know, all night. That's what, you know, there we go. There's the list and get on. And that family, that time for making time for you as a person is really, really important. Something that I will be doing, Rob, because he keeps having a whatever at me. Take time out. And then we're arranging times, and we're almost busting holiday. Oh, let's go to Greenwich Market, yay! You know, like, you know, something that we used to do, but you know, then you know, finding new people still, isn't it? Don't stop. So, who is your support network?
It is obviously my husband. He has given up his birthday for the September market, so that's a great support.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad have been amazing, with, you know, the backing and support. And it's really surprised me, but I've found a huge support from people and other makers on online markets. And I mean, the support from them is unbelievable. You don't know all those conversations that go on in the background, and you know,
yeah,
lovely. All of the shares, the likes, the tags. You know, I wake up in the morning and people have, you know, tagged me in something, shared me in something, and it's just amazing. I want to find more time to give that back to them, because it's finding the time for that. But yeah, the support I've had from makers has been unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. Is it, you know, and we did a workshop on social media, and that just liking something, commenting, it does feel really good, doesn't it? That somebody's taken time just to send me a couple of words or things like that. I try to, I know there's so many people I follow, and, you know, sometimes like, or I'll jump in there if I like something, but I can't everyone, but, you know, because it takes a lot of time, doesn't it? And when you
It's like,
yeah. Yeah. And then say something the other day, which I love. They said social media, like Instagram, is almost like their shop front, and I love that, because I thought that is really true, isn't it? It's very much about, you know, you go into your Instagram, you know, and you look at your posts, and it tells a story, and you want to make sure. And you know, and I see some posts like that, and it's brilliant. You go, yeah, this is what it's about. You know exactly what your business is. And then there's some businesses that mix it and they put things in there. You think, no, that's not what your business. Do you know what I mean? You know those accounts, and it's just, I don't want to see what you had for your dinner. That's nothing to do with your artwork, is it?
like, if you go, I always try to make it, because it's an important thing for me. If I go onto someone's page in their grid, I want to know within the first few posts what they do. I want to visually see it. So as much as put pictures of my daughter or a nice scene up or a review or something, I'll always have it in my head that, oh, there's no products, there's been nothing up there for a little while. So I think it's so important for people, as you say, it's your shop front. People don't want to in and not see what you do when they walk into your shop. So that's something I think is really important.
And another thing as well, which I find really important as well, is now and again, just introduce yourself again and just say, hi, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, this, you know, just a nice photo of you or something. And also where you're based, you know, that to me is so important, because you know, I found loads of people like, oh my God, where are you based? And they're like, in Devon. I'm like, oh, you know, and it's like, you know, even I just messaged somebody who I love their stuff and they haven't got back to me yet, but where are you based? Because, you know, I'm looking and I'm trawling through all their posts. You know, they've got their website, it's about me, but it doesn't say where they are in the, you know, and it's like they could be in Canada for all I know, because then you're looking on the grid. So that's another thing as well, just so that you know that you can interact, and, you know, then hopefully we know where they are, they can come and join us. So what events are you doing with Curated by Dapper Suave?
I'm doing the September market.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the November one as well.
Fantastic.
Because then hopefully that'll be a bit of a Christmas vibe.
Yes. Yeah. That's what we managed to do. As everyone knows, you know, we were we were in the smaller room, which was last year, and we changed. And then because of that, so it means that we moved the date to make it bigger. And it will be, you know, we're not going to go full on, you know, Christmassy as it would be December. But it is that people even, you know, God, believe it or not, people will be there in September looking for those Christmas presents. There are those people. And, you know, and also it's great because you've got the chance to, to get the feedback from people in September of what you might think, oh, okay, I can come back with that in November, can't I? So, yeah. And anyone that is due September, please don't forget to let everyone know what events you will be back at, because a lot of people now coming to these events are, I think before they were expecting, they come along, oh, where's such and such? And then it's up for you to obviously let them know when you'll be back. Like, Arnie, I'll be back. What last sort of question as well is, why kind of did you choose to work with us, do you think?
For me, it was because you were very enthusiastic about, you know, what we all do as well, and also what you but there was a realism there and the supportiveness. Like when you came to the Love Reigate market, I could honestly say what is wrong with my stall, what is right with my stall, and I knew you were going to not just be like family and friends and go, oh my God, it looks good. You were honestly going to say, you're missing this, how about this? Or have you thought about that? And that's like family and friends, everybody is so amazing, but it was having somebody who was going to be supportive and honest at the same time. So that kind of element I loved. So I always know that I'll be going down the right path. If I ask you a question, you'll give me the right answer. It won't be a nicey nice, it'll be what I need to hear. So that's just absolutely amazing. So I appreciated it.
It's taking, I think as well with probably what I'm going to say here is, with a lot of the events, I'm taking away that fluffiness, you know, and not SJ fluff and stuff, because she's adorable, not getting rid of her. I'm trying to say that fluffy kind of, oh, isn't it lovely and whoever, that's not what we're about. It's about business. It's about showing you as a business person, you know, that's what we're all about. And I think when we, you know, as well, you know, you do this as a sideline, but you take it seriously as a business. And I think that's what we're talking about. I think the kind of hobbyists that kind of sit there and do that, they're not quite right for our event. It is more about proper handmade products and things, and you know, like you know, making sure that our skincare products are handmade. So you know, I won't be taking on the Body Shop and things like that because they're on the high street. I need to give a sounding board for all those people that do make you know, they make their products, and that's really important. Something that I will stick by, you know. And if you see Avon and all that at my events, then that's it. I'm done, because that's not what we're about. You can go to the high street, you can find all of that, great, but we're trying to give a different experience when you come to our event. So hopefully we're getting that vibe. Cool. Anything else that you want to say or mention? Or
no, I don't.
No, it's not so scary, this, is it?
I've done it. I've done my
You've done it. Do you know what I love about this? The amount of people that have done it, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, okay. And then the thing is, you can go live on your own, and you can go, hi, this is what I'm up to, show people things. So it's that's why I do it as well, because you know, we share this on our post. It goes on to our YouTube, so please subscribe to that, guys. And then we do a little blog about you, and it also goes on to LinkedIn. So all of that we do for you, but then it's like afterwards you might think, oh, this is quite easy, this. So yeah, there we go. And all of you doing this are all, you know, all of you have never done this before, which is great. So, and tomorrow we are with Rock and Crystal. I'm sure that's going to be a very exciting one. I met Dave at the Between the Bridges in London. So and he's in Crystal Palace. So he's really happy to be on board. So I'm sure he's going to be, you know, quite a good chat. That's what I'm going to say. So yeah, there we go. So like I say, all the details, please pop along and have a look at Creative Pickle's work that she does, and we will see Claire in September. And don't forget, everyone, to, you know, book your tickets. tickets at the moment are very slow. It doesn't, you know, I'm not really worried about that because, you know, on the day people can get tickets. But if you know, want to get your tickets ahead, they're free. It just means that we can have that steady, lovely flow throughout the day so that we can give all of the exhibitors a comfortable environment, and also with the customers coming, because we all know what's been happening in the last sort of year or so, and we don't want to bring those big crowds. We want it to be a nice steady flow, which I think we're all yeah, that's, and also it gives you time, because you're then having people coming in and you can then give them that time to talk to them about you and your product, which I know you will do anyway, won't you? So as you say at the Priory, yeah, and those little top tips we've given you, I'm sure that they're all done. It was really lovely to talk to you, and yeah, and we'll see you in September.
Lovely, thanks so much.
Take care. Bye.